everyone. I wanted to share some thoughts about introducing the half-halt concept to a horse for the first time, since this is something that's often talked about in a very abstract way. The first thing to understand is that a half-halt is a concept skill that the horse evolves over time. I will likely end up making a lot more videos on this in the future, featuring a very bouncy and spicy 3-year-old Orchid. The first thing I'd like you to visualize is that since a horse doesn't have a clavicle, their spine is floating between their shoulder blades, suspended by muscles, ligaments, and tendons. That means that they can sink the withers down between the shoulders or raise the withers up based on their posture and muscle development. Next, visualize a carousel pole sprouting up from the withers. An unbalanced horse will tilt to the inside or in some cases the outside of a circle if they are unbalanced. Another sign to look for is if the horse is able to place equal weight on both front legs, even when traveling on a curve. Here I am rocking Orca back and forth a little bit so you guys can see it. And spending time teaching your horse how to do just this by itself can be very helpful in teaching them how to find their balance. A simple way to understand what is a half-halt is to imagine the Slinky dog from Toy Story. When a horse is traveling with an inverted spine, their front legs are traveling faster than their hind legs can keep up, which stretches out and sags the slinky spine down. A half-halt is a cue to help your horse rebalance, and as they understand and evolve this concept, they will learn to engage their core muscles and shift their weight more to the hind legs in order to lighten the shoulders. To ask your beginner horse for a half-halt is to ask their front feet to slow down enough for the hind feet to catch up. This helps your horse rebalance. Orca has a tendency to rush and lean to the inside of the curve, as most green horses do. The ingredients for a good half-halt is a very responsive complete halt, and the ability to ask for a weight shift back. Here I'm asking Orca to stop her front feet while keeping a little motion in the hind feet as she yields her hindquarters, followed by a request to back up. Observing Orca's movement and balance here, you can see that she is very ready and willing to lift her shoulders up because she can feel me thinking about it. The subtlety will come as we practice and fine-tune our communication. Overall, she is traveling a little counterbent to her right, even if traveling on a left curve. You can see her dropping or tipping her weight more over the inside shoulder. She does have a basic understanding of stretching, and she's already offering to soften her brachiocephalicus and underneck muscles. The goal is to introduce her to the idea of slowing the shoulders, rolling the hindquarters to the outside while keeping her withers upright. The reason I want her to have a shoulder-in tendency is to prevent her from getting compressed and inverted, which can happen if you ask to slow the shoulders while the horse is straight, before they are ready to offer higher quality of self-carriage. Orca feels me thinking about lifting the shoulders, and she is quite enthusiastic about that idea. And so here I'm just going to wait and mark the moment when she starts to get into the position that I had in mind, which is right here. I'm always amazed at just how much information she can pick up from just a single repetition, because you can see right here she's thinking about lifting the withers a little bit. And she's really thinking about being tall through the withers without jumping up quite so much. Already, her backup is getting more fluid and easy for her as her posture improves, and she is thoughtfully slowing down to mirror the rhythm of my steps. I'm looking for shorter steps that are more fluid and rhythmic than before. She is still very much experimenting with where to put her withers and fitting together how to move with an upright posture. And then right here was her best collected walk, and each step was softly in tune and thoughtful. You can tell by the look on her face, too. Now you can see her start to think hard about this idea. She is really sure it has something to do with her front feet. And you'll see in a minute that she gets stuck thinking about that. And here I'm just waiting a little bit to see if she will shift her focus and she does not. So I send her forward again to help her free up. And when I ask her for another half-halt, she exaggerates the withers lift and then offers another moment of better self-carriage. Lightness really does mean that the horse sets their feet down lighter and quieter when they move. So now we're playing a little bit with transitions in our half-halt and asking her to lengthen a little bit, and here asking her to get tall and shorten a little bit. And that was just fabulous, especially the last step. And here I wanted you guys to see the loss of balance as she starts coming down the hill. She takes a really nice half-halt here, and then gravity just takes her down the hill. It was a little bit scrambly. So on this next try, I'm sending her forward again, and she's breathing and stretching. Here she checks in with me. I'm asking her to keep going. The collected walk is very good. She does something amazing here. She is going to hang her foot in the air right there. Did you catch it? I'll play it again in a second here. There's that step. So now we're taking a moment to be still and to soak it in and think about what just happened. That was the very first time that she understood how to lift her withers in forward motion without losing rhythm, without stopping, and without jumping up. That step is where the money is of this entire lesson. Going this way is harder for her, so that's the side that we will quit on. And I'm just watching for her to float that outside front foot right there. Did you catch it? And her balance after was very light and easy. Advancing this type of rebalancing work will lead to a light and mobile horse that is readily prepared to offer passage. If you found this at all helpful, the best way to say thank you is to share this video with your friends and to leave me a comment. I always love to see pictures and videos of your horses. It really makes my day. I wish you all effortless and therapeutic half halts without any compression. Thank you for watching.